Hello and welcome to Truth Seeker Psychic Readings, reminding you of who you really are. Today we're going to look at the week starting the 18th all the way through to the 24th of January 2021. How are you guys doing? Hope you're having an amazing year. I know that it has been an exciting start and many things happening, of course. What else would you expect? So we're going to look at the theme, and before we actually do that, I saw something in these cards that's pretty cool, and I will talk to you about it a little bit later. So let's have a look at the theme for the month. We've got the Five of Swords. By the way, guys, I'm using a new deck if you haven't noticed. Those of you that tune in and watch regularly will notice, oh, that's a little different. So this is the Light Seers Tarot, and it's a very contemporary bohemian take on tarot on the old traditional deck. So I've been needing to get used to it myself, being very different from what I have worked with, but I'm finding it very interesting. Yeah. So this is the Five of Swords, and in the Five of Swords in this deck, the crows, right, represent swords. And so this guy doesn't really look like he's having the best time, does he? Basically, it's about wins and losses, okay, the Five of Swords. And it's sort of saying that, you know, this guy's got a headache and he's a bit stressed out. And why? It's because there's somebody in the background that he's had an argument with, or something that he hasn't been able to, you know, come to some sort of understanding on. And it's sort of like wins and losses, right? It's where, you know, something happens where you know that no matter what, in terms of like an argument or in terms of a disagreement, there's no straightforward way. Somebody's got to sort of lose, right? So the theme sort of is around that idea of not always being able to get exactly what you want. But the other thing is, you know, when you're confronted this week by people that, you know, make no sense to you, or you don't really understand, or they can't seem to understand your point of view, you know, there's not always a need to force your opinion. Opinion is simply that. And we need to have an open mind and just say, okay, well, if I don't agree, I don't agree. And so let go of it, move on. Don't let it affect your week. Don't let it affect your time. Don't let it give you a headache. You know, this is basically saying, get out of the mind, you know, don't overthink things, because if you do that, then, you know, basically that is going to slow you down, you know, get you out of that nice balanced energy that you want to be in, right? So what comes up next to it is pretty cool, and it's the Queen of Wands, yeah? And the Queen of Wands is also the Queen of Fire, okay? She has right on her hand, fire lit, wand in the air. She's happy, she's excited. The Queen is, you know, at the top of her game, right? So she is essentially succeeding, and she's happy, and she's doing what she's passionate about. So basically what this says is, regardless of what's happening or whatever argument you might get into, remember that, you know, what's important is what you believe in, and to stick to that, okay? Because the Queen of Wands, she is essentially a friendly person. She doesn't necessarily go out to create mayhem and fights. She's wiser than that, but she also knows that at the end of the day, she has to do what she believes in. So if there is like an argument with someone, or if there is like somebody that you know doesn't really appreciate your point of view, just let it go, accept it, and just understand it. That's okay. You know, you can be friends and have differences. You can know each other and not always get along. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you are doing what you feel is right. At the end of the day, that's what's most important. Now, right in the middle, okay, we have Three of Pentacles, and this is about learning, right? Three of Pentacles is where these people, it sort of looks like a family. There's a female and a male, and is there a child there? Yeah, could be. Yeah, it's a child. And basically what's happening with that is, you're learning something about life, about people, about family. I feel for some of you, there will be a lot of observing, like looking out at what is happening in the world around you, and sort of taking bits and pieces from people. And so this could be like you're learning or you're understanding that sometimes it's important not to be right, but just to make sure that, you know, everything in your life has a certain flow, and so you're not being blocked by people. Okay, you're learning to get past other people's opinions and their ideas and the things you don't agree with. So that's the learning I feel is taking place now. The special thing I wanted to talk about is there's actually three. You have 3 of Pentacles, next is 3 of Cups, and then we have 3 of Wands. Okay, so 333, and when 333 comes up, guys, that is all about balance. So this week is very much about finding your balance, finding your groove. Okay, 3 is mind, body, soul, so it's about getting out of the head, getting out of the body, getting out of the mind, you know, utilizing all of that energy to be your best self. And the 3 of Cups here basically represents, this is a beautiful color. How let's just take it in for a second. How amazing is that? It's just a gorgeous light purple color. Now there's 3 people, 3 women enjoying their company. Now this means that, you know, past this argument or past this hiccup that you have with somebody, there's also like opportunity to connect with either other people or to reunite. This is people in your life that you feel connected to, that you feel there's a purpose, there's a reason why I'm around these people, right? There's just something there that makes me feel like I'm home, like I'm understood. Be around those people, yeah? Find those people, gravitate towards those people, because those are the people that are going to give you the feeling of enjoyment, happiness, peace, yeah? And so the 3 here is also about creativity. There is a sense of creativity in your week. So you may want to actually try something different if you feel like there is someone that you communicate with that doesn't always understand you, much like we talked about with the theme. You may want to be a bit creative and look at different ways to communicate. Maybe they are just being triggered and maybe they just need some space. But the 3 and the creativity is basically saying that you can get past this by being in your own energy and doing your own thing and enjoying your own self and the people that actually understand you, you know, and be more around those people because they're going to give you a sense of fulfillment, joy, and happiness. It can be a very social week. So you could see yourself with a lot of people and like really doing different things and sort of having very interesting conversations, I feel. So enjoy that. And the last 3 that we have is the 3 of Wands. Now this is about your adventure. This is about leisure time. This is about taking a bit of time out in your week to do the things that you enjoy, the things that you love, the things that you haven't had time to do yet this year. Okay, so we're, you know, January is coming to almost a close. We're on the, you know, we're past the halfway point, and so you sort of want to look back and say, oh, have I been doing those fun things that I said I was going to do? Or, you know, is that something that I need to do more of? Okay, so look at your life and ask yourself, have you been having fun? Have you been enjoying yourself? If not, this is an opportunity to sort of go out there and find a little bit of adventure in your life and do something that is spontaneous. Try something different, try something new. The other aspect of this is basically saying that have a good vision about like what you want to create over the next 4 weeks. All right, because what this is sort of somebody looking out onto the ocean. The ocean represents the vastness of what can be in your life. And so you're able to then imagine like, what are my goals? What do I want to achieve? What does that look like? So take a moment to pause, and it may be when you're doing something adventurous or fun that you stop on the top of a mountain and just gaze and just be like, what is it that I want to achieve? You know, where am I going? What does that look like? Yeah, by having that moment, there's going to be something that just lights up, okay? And I feel as though this will trigger some sort of really nice idea that you could move forward with, yeah? In terms of work, in terms of passion, career, there's something there, there's a goal that you want to shoot for, And I feel like I see you on a mountaintop or somewhere outdoors, and you're just writing it down because you know that it's something great and it can lead to something even better. So look for that ideas moment. You don't even have to look for it, it'll just come. Yeah. So have an amazing week, guys. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to the channel, please like the video and comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one, and have an amazing week.